Get ready with me for a first date. I fear he is giving nothing but red flags. I honestly hate to break it to you guys, but he is not a cowboy, which starts us off at red flag number 1. He is a trust fund baby, so we will be calling him Mr. Trust Fund. And if you've been here for a while, you might have remembered the last trust fund baby I went out with had a secret girlfriend of 4 years. That was like 2 years ago though, so I've gotten over it. The fear that I have with like trust fund babies is I fear that they've been given everything in their lives and have never been told the words no, so they're very demanding, I've noticed, and out of touch with reality. Guys, I'm having a dilemma. I don't know which foundation I want to use today. These are my 2 absolute favorites, okay? We have the IT Cosmetics CC Cream Natural Matte, and then we also have the L'Oreal True Match. This one is full coverage, and then this one's buildable. I think I'm going to go with this because I do want a little bit of my freckles to show because he said he likes my freckles. Let's talk about the positives with this guy before we get into the red flags. The first thing that I really like is when he was planning the date, he was like, this is a place where a bunch of influencers go, and he's like, we could get you like some clips, or we could take like some videos or some photos. And so I thought that was really sweet because he knows that I love making my little videos. Another green flag is he has sisters, and I don't know if this is just like a niche thing, but as someone who grew up with siblings, like I need someone else that has siblings, especially a guy that has sisters, because I notice like men tend to respect women a lot more if they have sisters that they love and a mom that they love. Y'all. Okay, I have my playlist on shuffle. Well, it's not my playlist. It's like, you know how Apple will like, if you play a song, it'll automatically play songs after it. Marry You by Bruno Mars just came on. So, is it a sign? I don't know.
Stop it. Get some help.
Next green flag, he's not on any dating apps. I actually met him at a club. And I know what I'm about to say is going to be a little bit hypocritical because obviously I've been on apps. But with the dating apps, what I feel is like the red flag with those is men are able to scroll through hundreds of women a day, and it's all appearance based. So I feel like meeting this guy not on an app is a really big green flag because he actually likes my personality, because if he didn't, why else would he have asked me out on a date? My next green flag is his Instagram, okay? First of all, he has a private Instagram. Second of all, he's had it since literally 2010, and he's not deleted one photo, so I saw all the childhood pictures. Some of the worst men that I've ever met in my life are the ones who have the really aesthetic Instagrams and have thousands of followers. I don't know. Again, kind of hypocritical of me. It's time to get into the red flags. Red flag number 1, trust fund baby. I don't think that it should necessarily be a red flag that his parents are very successful. I think what it is honestly, I've just had bad experiences. So let's hope that I get a good experience. Red flag number 2. Oh my goodness. He wears Dior Sauvage. And if you know anything about these men, the worst ones wear that cologne. He drives a black BMW. And I've had my heart broken by 2 guys who drive black BMWs, so I don't know. Next red flag, he used to live in LA. Enough said. I'm just kidding. I'm sure there's a lot of nice people from LA, but everything you hear about it online, just not good. Next red flag, he parties a lot, which, okay, I don't think that's a terrible red flag, because he is in college and most college kids are constantly partying, but it's just not my thing. I'm not a big party person. Okay, so the red flags aren't really like red flags. They're just kind of like biases that I have created for people in my head. I'm actually really excited for this date. I really hope it's good. Because he does seem like a really nice guy. But I definitely don't want to put all of my eggs in one basket, because that never ends well for me. Tonight we're gonna go get dinner. I think I'm gonna meet him at his place first, which is a frat house. His friend that introduced me to him they're all in a frat. But what I will say is, for a frat house, it is really clean. So I'm gonna go over there. We're probably gonna play some games, and then we're gonna go to dinner. He did make reservations. you would be surprised on how many guys I've gone out with and they don't make a reservation. Okay, as I'm sitting here getting ready, I'm getting more and more excited. I really hope it goes well. You know, I'm gonna update you tomorrow. Please, please, please wish me luck. Here is the finished makeup, but I love you guys so much. I hope you all have an amazing day. Bye. Get ready with me while I tell you about my first date that I went on the other night. I'm just getting ready for girls' night, so I'm just gonna do my skincare because we just got back from a trip and I forgot to take my acne medication, so I don't really want to put makeup on. I just kind of want to let my skin like soak up all my products. We're gonna start right at the beginning, and I drive over to the frat house. Because the road near my house was closed, I was gonna be late, and so I call him and I'm like, oh, do you want me to just meet you at the restaurant because, you know, like the road is closed and I'm gonna be a while. And he's like, hold on 1 second. He hangs up and then he calls me back like 5 minutes later. I'm still on the route to his house. And he's like, oh, I just called the restaurant and told them that we're gonna be a little bit late. And I was like, okay, perfect. So I get over to his house, I say hi to his roommates, and then we left for dinner and we went to some place called 60 Vines. I had never been there before, so I just had him order my food. We got like some sort of steak thing as an appetizer, and then dates wrapped in bacon. We were just hanging out, talking, getting to know each other. And then after appetizers, he ordered me a salad with salmon.
And for the lady, perhaps a salad?
He looks at me and he's like, I don't know, I feel like you would like salmon. And I do, so good job. Honestly, the juicy details are after the dinner, but pretty much we just had our dinner and then we had dessert, and then he drove us back to his place because I drove to his place and then we took his car to the restaurant. Side note, I have been loving the Clarins double serum. They sent this to me and it's so good. On our drive home, he remembered that I love Lana Del Rey and he starts playing Lana Del Rey and I go, will you put the windows down? Because this is literally my favorite song. He was playing Radio by Lana Del Rey. I literally felt like I was in a movie. Like my hair was flowing. I was listening to Lana Del Rey. I had this cute boy next to me and I was like, oh, I'm literally living the dream right now. And he was like, okay, let me show you what type of music I like. He's really into like EDM and I was kind of bonding with him a little bit over that because I was friends with this really good guy who would constantly take me to like EDM concerts in Orlando. Like we went and we saw a Noise Zoo and we also saw Charlie Jordan. So I was kind of bonding with him a little bit on that. I was like, oh yeah, I haven't seen any EDM in a while, but I vibe with this music. And then we get back to the frat house and I say hi to his roommates again. And we're all just kind of like chilling in the kitchen. He did let me name one of his fish and I named it Toothless because it looked like the Toothless Dragon. After that, he asked me what movie I wanted to watch because we're like, okay, like let's watch a movie. We sat on the couch and I chose 50 First Dates, which I feel like that's such a cute first date movie. I don't know, he probably didn't like it because it's definitely like a girly movie, but he was laughing. He thought it was funny. So we're watching the movie, just kind of hanging out, and then after the movie we start talking. Let me tell you what this man says. So as we know, he is a trust fund baby, and he had told me earlier in the night that he had spent $5,000 on his dad's credit card, or his credit card that his dad pays off. And I was just like, what do you even spend this money on? Because like $5,000 in 1 month is actually insane. It's actually crazy. Like, what do you spend that money on? All your bills are paid. Like, what? It's like, oh, well, like the guys and I, we really like to go downtown and we like to party, which I knew this about him. I was like, okay, like that's one of his red flags is he likes to party a lot. But I was like, okay, like, well, how do you spend that much going downtown? Like, drinks really aren't gonna cost like $5,000. He tells me, oh my gosh, he tells me that him and his boys love to go and get sections. And I was like, why do you need a section when you're going out? Like, I really didn't understand why they needed a section. He tells me that they like to go fishing. Let me tell you what fishing is. He was like, I would never do this with you. Like, I would never go out with these girls. Like, he's like, I know you're not like that. And he was just like prefacing because he knew this was going to sound absolutely horrible. You know what he tells me? He tells me, well, me and my boys, when we get a section, we like to hold up a bottle, point at girls, and the whole group comes running. And they're like, and the whole night we just go fishing and try and get the most attractive girls over to our section. And you know what? I get it. They're college boys with a lot of money, but seriously, I was so shocked. I was like, you're actually joking. But no, he was not kidding in the slightest. I was like, what? How on earth? Okay, and then something else. Okay, so he was like, oh, 5,000 on the credit card. And he goes, that doesn't even include my allowance or my rent. Your allowance? I'm sorry, you're 22 years old and you have an allowance? That is insane to me. I'm not gonna judge that your parents are successful, like, good for you. But that's just, like, absolutely crazy to me, and I could not imagine having an allowance and spending, like, $5,000 at the clubs on top of that. The worst part about it is, like, you would think he would be, like, a total a-hole because of that, but no, he was actually so sweet. We were hanging out. He was asking a lot about me, and that doesn't usually happen. Usually guys just, like, sit there and talk about themselves on these dates. But he was asking me questions about myself, and he was really, really sweet. And after we watched 50 First Dates, we watched another Adam Sandler movie, but I don't remember what it was called. After that, we called it a night, and he walked me out to my car, and he was like, you know, get home safe, like, have a good night, or whatever. And he was like, I had a lot of fun with you. But this is where he absolutely got me. It was so sweet. He called me. I had left like 5 minutes ago, and the drive is a little bit long for me. It's like 45 minutes. And he sat there on the phone with me the whole car ride, and we were just talking more, and he was like, you know, I had a really good night. He's like, I usually wouldn't tell girls how I feel, like, right after a date, but I really enjoyed hanging out with you. And I was like, oh, this guy is so sweet. I guess he really wants to see me again, because the next day he was like, what are you doing today? Like, do you want to go have lunch? And obviously I couldn't, because it was the day before I was leaving for the girls trip that I just got back from. And the whole time I was on the girls trip, he was just like, I can't wait to see you, I miss you. And so I think we're gonna hang out this weekend, which I'm really excited. But that is the update from my date. And as I told you guys, I need to build a roster right now. So I got on Hinge, because whenever I put all my eggs in one basket, it never works out. So maybe more first date stories to come. So if you're not already, follow me for that. I already have some juicy ones on here. If you know, you know. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram and on Snapchat, because I post daily on my stories over there. But I love you guys. Bye. Get ready with me for another date with Mr. Trust Fund. I was in the middle of doing my makeup, and my video decided to just glitch out and delete on me. So here we are, halfway through the routine. But we're supposed to get ice cream in like 30 minutes, but it is storming outside. So he just texted me and he's like, let's wait until 8:30 and see what the weather's like, because the place that we wanted to go to, we were gonna sit outside. Honestly, this date really wasn't planned. I've been kind of having like a rough few days, and he was like, well, let's go get ice cream and cheer you up, which I thought was really sweet. Since our last date, we've been texting pretty much every day, and my new nickname for him is my little social experiment, because he just says the most bizarre things. I was telling him, I was like, oh, you should go thrifting with me. And then I asked him, I was like, have you ever even been in a thrift store? His answer was no. I finally convinced him to go to a thrift store with me, and he goes, as long as I don't have to touch anything. And I was like, are you being for real right now? So I think I need to take him and make him hold one of the creepy dolls that they have at thrift stores. Since he's going to a thrift store with me, I have to go with him to Neiman's. This man tells me that he is like a personal stylist and a personal shopper for him, and I was like, are you being for real? But he did tell me, he was like, yeah, when you shop, usually they'll bring out champagne. And he was like, I know you don't like to drink. They have really good espressos. And he's like, they have like a personal back room or whatever that you can go into. I don't know. But I am kind of in a little bit of a sour mood today, so I think hanging out with him will make me feel better, because he's just so unintentionally funny, and I don't know, he always makes me laugh. I still don't know what I'm gonna wear though. It's storming, so I honestly think I'm just gonna wear like leggings and a hoodie. This man gave me like the biggest jump scare of my life the other night though. I was literally just chilling in bed. Because I snore. Okay, I snore really bad. I had a nose strip on, and I don't know if you guys can see, but I had a giant pimple right here, and it was just not good, not the vibes. And he FaceTimes me, and I almost accidentally answered, and I literally, like, I jumped and I threw my phone because I was like, oh my gosh, I barely did not answer him, luckily. And then he asked why I didn't pick up, and I was like, I have a giant pimple and my nose strip's on right now, like, no. And he was like, I don't care about that stuff, and I was like, I told him, I was like, it's too early for you to be seeing the ugly. I'm honestly kind of glad that it's storming right now because I have time to do my hair. I was gonna just do like a messy bun, but now I have time to straighten it. I told you guys that I'm back on Hinge, and honestly, I still have not found anyone that I'm really interested in or that I've had like even a decent conversation with yet. But one of my old flings was on there, so that was pretty interesting. I matched with him and then he texted me, and he's cute, but I just don't see it going anywhere, so I probably won't hang out with him. But it was kind of funny that I matched with him again. I don't know, Hinge just really isn't working out. Let me know if you guys want a video of what my Hinge profile looks like, and then maybe you guys can help me out. I honestly just think like the problem with dating apps is they are all appearance based, so it's hard to like really gauge someone's personality. I guess like Hinge is better with that because it has like prompts and people put more on their profiles there, but my Tinder is banned. I'm banned from Tinder, so I can't use that. And Facebook dating scares me. I don't know, let me know if any of y'all have used Facebook dating, but I don't know what it is. It just seems like kind of sketchy to me. No hate to Bumble, but I feel like it's kind of just for old people. I don't know. I don't hear anyone my age talking about Bumble. I don't know. I am actually kind of excited to see my little social experiment because I don't know, I feel like it'll cheer me up. I've had people recently tell me that they've missed my live streams, so I have been going live the past few nights, but I thought I would tell you guys in a video that I'm doing live streams again, so that way you can turn on my live streaming notifications because I know a lot of people have missed them. I know that my videos are already pretty long, but in my live streams I do go into more detail on just like everything going on in my life. He just texted me and we pushed it to 8:30 because that's when it said that the rain would stop, but now it's not saying that it's gonna stop until 10. So let's see. Oh, he just sent me. I don't even know if I should like post this at this point. Like, what do I title it? Get ready with me for my date to cancel on me. I'm like texting my friends right now and we're like, okay, his only excuse is that it was raining. Like, we could have hung out in like his car or something. I don't know. I feel like he just doesn't want to see me. Like, am I being crazy? Or could he have come up with like a better excuse to not hang out? Like, I wouldn't have been mad if he canceled on me before I started getting ready, but it's like, okay, now I could have sat in bed and rotted and like watched a movie or something. But instead, I was getting ready to see this guy. And like, he asked me out because I was sad. And now you're gonna cancel on me? Like, but it is what it is. Here's the finished look. What he could have seen, but he's not going to. I love you guys. Bye. Get ready with me to go out to the clubs in downtown Orlando. I literally didn't even think that I was gonna go out tonight, but here we are. I decided to FaceTime Mr. Trust Fund. Even though he did cancel on me last night, he invited me to go downtown because he's gonna have a section, which, are we surprised? Also, I did my nails. They're from Loveful, literally TikTok shop. But anyways, I'm on FaceTime with Mr. Trust Fund, and I'm like telling him, I'm like, I don't know if we're going out or not. I haven't heard back from them. And he's like, oh, well, you should just come meet up with me. And then right as he says that, I get a FaceTime call from Brooke. And she was literally like halfway getting ready and her hair was like still wet, but her makeup was on. And I asked her, I was like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm getting ready to go downtown. And I was like, why didn't you tell me? Like, I would have been getting ready. She was like, yeah, we were just waiting for these guys to confirm if we were going out or not. And she's like, I literally have to leave the house in 30 minutes. And I told her, I was like, okay, well, I think I'm gonna go downtown too because Mr. Trust Fund is gonna be downtown and he has a section. And she was like, oh, why don't you drive to our place and then Uber to the clubs, and then that way we can all come back together, because there is absolutely no way I would be getting parking in downtown Orlando on a Saturday night. And it's 9:30 right now, so I'll probably end up downtown at like 11 probably, because it takes me 45 minutes to get to Brooke and Riley's, and then it's gonna take me like probably like 30-ish minutes to get over. I don't even know. I'm not good at math. So I kind of want to rush and get ready so I can get down there, but also like no one's really waiting on me, so I can take my time getting ready. My lashes just are not lashing today. I need to go get some new ones. I just feel like it looks weird. I think I'm gonna wear just like my usual going out outfit, which is jeans and a black bodysuit. Because in Orlando, you really don't have to dress up. It's not like the Miami clubs. I'm honestly not feeling my makeup at all right now, and I genuinely think it's just the lashes. I'm also a little bit terrified to be taking an Uber by myself. I used to literally Uber everywhere until I had a bad experience. Let me know if you guys want a story time on my crazy Uber driver. Maybe I just can't see right because I haven't put my contacts in yet. Do you see that? Oh, I was drying my face with my hands really fast like this because my little fan just died on me. Oh no. Now I have to attempt to put my contacts in with these nails. I used to be a long nail girly and I could function so well with them, but I am struggling right now. Okay, the first one is in. The second one is in. I do need a lip combo. Maybelline Dusty Rose lip liner. Flower Beauty lip stain in the shade Koi. I feel like I might need some more blush with how bright this lip is. I added more blush. Now the Clarins lip oil. I don't know, I really like this stuff. I am actually hating the way that my makeup looks right now. I think it's just my face. I'm gonna add a wing because maybe that'll make me like the way I look a little bit more. I just do not feel pretty. This is a don't look in the mirror and don't take photos of yourself kind of night. Whatever, I'm gonna go dance and have fun. Here's the finished look. I love you guys. Bye. Get ready with me for a first date, and I also have updates on Mr. Trust Fund. Okay, let's start off on a positive note. The guy that I'm seeing tonight is really cute, and he's taking me to this really nice steakhouse, so I'm excited because I get to dress up. I met him on Hinge, and he's a video game developer type person. I don't really know. I'm not very familiar with the video game industry, but I don't know, he was cute. He's not my usual type at all. He's like so nerdy, but I'm like, I love it. It's so cute. It was so weird because the night that I was scrolling through Hinge, I was also making a travel like wish list, like all the places I really want to go to. And at the top of that list is Egypt because my parents have gone and they talk about it all the time. And I kid you not, I get onto Hinge right after making this list, and the first guy that I see is him, and he has a photo of him next to the pyramids, and I was like, is this a sign? As we know, I am the queen of delusion, so probably not, but who knows. We've been having really good chemistry over the phone, so I really hope that that translates over to the date tonight. But I really don't know too much about him, so I'll have to give you guys all the tea after our first date. But now let's get into the updates on Mr. Trust Fund. I guess we can just start where we left off. The night that I decided to go downtown, my last get ready with me. So as we could tell from that video, I just was not feeling my best. I did not feel cute. I was just kind of in a really bad mood, and I just didn't feel pretty for whatever reason, and so I almost did not go downtown. But I decided to pull myself together, put on my outfit, and order my Uber to go downtown. And by the time I got there, literally it was like 45 minutes until close. My original plan was to just meet up with the girls, But of course, I'm an idiot, and I decided, I'm gonna actually hang out with Mr. Trust Fund. So I get out of my Uber, and I'm walking around, and he calls me, and he goes, "Where are you at?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm right next to Treehouse, which is one of the bars." He's like, "Oh, I'm there right now. I'm walking out. Stay where you're at." And I'm like, "Okay." And he's like, "I'm outside. Where are you?" And I look over and I see him, and then I go up and I give him a hug. Keep in mind, we quite literally only had 45 minutes to find a place to go into, and he was sitting there making fun of me because I'm like the only person that does not have a fake, because I don't want to be arrested. I'm like almost out of this and it just squirted all over me. Anyways, he's making fun of me while we try and find a place that we both can agree on that I can go into, because there's multiple bars down there that are 18 up, so you don't need a fake to go and party. Like, I really don't get it. But I actually ended up having so much fun with him. The bar that we went to there was like literally no one there. There were no women. It was literally just like me and him, and they were playing some sort of EDM that he's like really into. He was kind of being cute, like dancing like a little geek nerd, and I don't know, it was kind of cute. I like when guys can just like be silly and be stupid, like even in public. Okay, but that night was actually so good, so fun, so perfect. That's not what I'm upset about. What I'm upset about is you guys were right, okay? You guys were right. I was wrong, like it always goes. I knew this was gonna be a problem. I told you guys, like, this is just kind of how trust fund babies are. Like, everything has to be their way on their terms because they've never been told no, and everyone's always done everything for them. So the other night, as we know, he canceled our date because of rain when he asked me out because I was sad, and then he goes and cancels on me. Like, you're joking. Well, basically the same thing happened again. So he was over here golfing. Keep in mind, we live like an hour apart. Here's my neighborhood, the golf course he was on. They literally touch each other. They are right next to each other, like so close. I could walk there. I invite him to hang out with me. It literally feels like I have to beg this man to hang out with me. And like when you guys are gonna hear about this in a second, but when we got into an argument, he was the one saying that he constantly has to try to hang out with me, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've said yes every time he's... Anyways, so I'm trying to hang out with him, and then last night I was gonna be over in his area anyways, and I was like, okay, like if there's any time that I'm gonna be in your area, like we should hang out for like maybe like 15 minutes, because it's an hour drive and I'm always the one driving the long distance to see him. I wouldn't mind it if it weren't for like the way that he just like does not respect my time. I go and drive over to where he's at because I was gonna hang out with the girls anyways, and so I texted him and I was like, oh, like, do you want to hang out? And he said, yeah, when I'm done with my homework. And I was like, okay, great. So I'm just hanging out with the girls, telling them, oh, I'm gonna go see Mr. Trust Fund in a little bit. And then I get a text, and apparently him and his roommates were watching my videos, laughing, making fun of me. Here's the thing, he knows what I do. I told him the nickname he was gonna have. I told him when I was gonna post a video. I told him about other videos that I've posted about people and how they've gotten millions of views. I was explaining it to this kid. So he knew exactly what he was getting into. Well, he sits there and he's like, oh, I don't think you should come over anymore because of the videos. I honestly just think that he was embarrassed because it was his roommates watching it. Like, I'm gonna give you guys the tea and I'm gonna tell you what happened. And what I think happened is he probably was getting made fun of for the way that he was talking. It honestly just like spiraled into like a big argument over nothing. And then he was trying to make me feel like the bad person. And literally he was sitting there gaslighting me for like an hour, and I was just like, dude, like, stop it. And then I was gonna go over there and have like a face-to-face conversation with him, but we ended up not doing that because I was just like, I cannot do this right now. So after my date tonight, we're gonna have a face-to-face conversation. But honestly, I was reading some of your guys' comments and like some DMs that I got, and like, I think you guys are right. I'm not sure if I want to continue seeing him, especially because when we were arguing, like the way he was talking to me, ew, the way he was raising his voice, ew. And I genuinely think he's incapable of apologizing and like saying sorry. But anyways, let me finish my makeup real quick and come back. So here's to hoping that this first date
goes well. I will let you guys know.
Love you. Bye.